So when we feel tired and we know why, it's okay, right? We can give it a reason, we can give it a cause, and we know what's happening. But when we don't know why, that can feel really creepy, right? When we just wake up feeling tired or we're feeling extremely tired for days on end, it can feel a bit like it's a bit, yeah, creepy. I don't know which other word to use because I felt this when I was 15 and I was extremely tired for no reason. My immune system wasn't working. I couldn't go to school. I couldn't walk. My body felt too heavy to carry. And it was that extreme fatigue that I would wake up every day because I'm a super optimist. I would wake up every day thinking, yes, today I can go to school. I would go to the toilet, for example, and I would just wanting to get ready for school, but I just had to lean onto the sink because my body felt too heavy to carry. And that's why I'm using the word creepy, because you don't know what's going on. And the worst part is that we as high achievers, we tend to beat ourselves up for being lazy when we feel tired. We feel bad for not doing anything, for not being productive, for not using our days, for not doing what we plan to be doing that day. And nobody really, apart from our own inner voice, nobody outside of us really takes fatigue seriously as a symptom, right? A headache, a bellyache, all that is like, oh, what's happening? But fatigue is often connected with laziness, with like a lame excuse, with, oh, just, continue. But really, when you think about it, our body produces energy, right? And our body produces energy in our mitochondria. These are our little powerhouses that we have in every cell in our body. So that's when you ask yourself, why are they not functioning properly? Why is my body not producing energy, right? What is blocking my cells from producing energy? So is it always stress the reason? Well, yes and no. It's not only mental stress, okay? It could be stress and trauma, but stress, we need to have a broader view on what stress really is in the body. So, stress could be, for example, toxins and chemicals in the body. When the immune system is fighting it because it doesn't recognize these toxins, and that takes up a lot of energy. Another common cause could be nutrient deficiencies, right? So the cells don't have all the nutrients, the vitamins, minerals, etc., that it needs to produce that energy. It could also be infections, bacteria, viruses, or parasites. Again, it's a lot of work to get rid of these. It could be contaminated air or water that needs to get filtered through the liver, these toxins, right? So when that is not working properly, you feel extremely tired. It could be poor lifestyle choices when you're sitting a lot, when you're not moving your body enough. When you move your body, your cells can actually work better and produce better, more energy. When you're not sleeping enough, obviously, that one is obvious, but also when we're not drinking enough water. I once had a client who had a lot of brain fog and fatigue, and she had been to so many specialists and healers and doctors, and she couldn't find what was wrong. And I'm not saying I found the root cause by asking her how much water she's drinking. She said, oh, almost nothing, only coffee. So that wasn't really the root cause. But funny fact, the moment we challenged her kind of to drink more water, the brain fog went away. She felt more clarity because, of course, the brain and the body can't function without enough water, right? It could be an imbalance in your microbiome, in your flora, your bacterial flora, right? In your bowels or in your mouth, that all the bacteria we have living inside of us, they need to be in balance. And when they're out of balance, this could cause fatigue. Your whole system is confused. It could be, I could go on with this list, but last one, it could be a food sensitivity or allergy or intolerance, right? When your immune system is attacking some kind of foods, or when you cannot properly digest something, you don't have the enzymes to digest something, that could cause fatigue. Now this can go on and on and on, but really what it is about is how is the body functioning and what is getting in the way of it functioning properly. And the functioning of the body, that's what we study in functional medicine, right? Because many people don't know the name, but I'm a health coach certified in functional medicine. And I just wanted to show you this. Let me share my screen real quick. Where is it? Here. So I just wanted to show you this functional medicine tree, right? This is really a better way to show you what this is really about. Because we often look at this part, right? We go to doctors and we check everything there is to check. We take scans to see if all the organs look normal. We're not really checking if it's functioning normally, but mostly if it looks normal. So for example, you have a lot of belly aches and you just take a scan of your bowels and doctors are like, oh no, they look fine, they look fine. But then what we do, what functional medicine practitioners do, is they look at this, right? How are these systems working? How's your digestion? How's your microbiome, like I said? How is your immune system working? Is there an infection or inflammation in the body? Are you producing energy? Are you detoxifying? Is your liver doing the work it's supposed to do? Your hormonal balance, right? And your neurotransmitters, everything in the brain, is it working well? The transport, that means like the blood flow, the cardiovascular system, how is the heart working, the limbs in the body, right? And structural, how's the skeleton, how's the structure of your body, what's wrong there or what's good there? And then this is really a very important part where the health coach comes in, right? So I really focus on, I make up a timeline of, okay, where did this fatigue or any other symptom start? What triggered it? What's there in the family history as well? What happened at birth? What happened in childhood? The whole timeline. And we check really the roots of this tree, where these imbalances come from and how it can also be solved. That's through things I work around in coaching sessions, right? So it's sleep, relaxation, it's exercise, it's nutrition and hydration, like I mentioned. It's stress, it's relationships, trauma, microorganisms, like I said, the bacteria, fungi, stuff that lives in your body, the environmental pollutants. So we really need to look at all of this to know, why is the body not functioning properly? And the thing is, in my experience, it's like my chronic fatigue, for example, right? I was 15, like I told you. The first thought was, I went to a doctor and they thought, maybe she's just lazy because she's 15 and that's the age of laziness. But then my mom saw that I was also not going to singing classes. So she was like, okay, something's wrong there, right? If Maya's not doing what she loves doing, something's wrong. And I thought maybe it's emotional trauma, but I was quite a happy kid and a very optimistic teenager and all that. And then I went to some specialists and they said, you just have a small energy bucket and you need to learn how to live with it. And that to me didn't feel right. I felt like something inside of me told me there is more. Why are we not looking deeper? So I went to tons of specialists. They did tons of scans of my body, of my muscles, my heart, my bowels, and my body really looked fine. On these scans, there was nothing to be found. Okay. And so, I found my own way. Like I told you before, I did mindfulness and positive psychology. I went to a psychotherapist to deal with my body's limits because I didn't know where to go. I had a very strict daily rhythm. I tried to improve that way and it did improve a bit. But then I moved to Peru when I was 21. And all of a sudden, within 1 month, I could work full time. I could walk without a cane. I could walk upstairs, which I couldn't do in Belgium. I could even dance salsa. And I was wondering why. So that's kind of how I started studying myself. And I found on the internet a lot about functional medicine. And they mentioned chronic fatigue syndrome. They mentioned fibromyalgia. They mentioned fatigue as a symptom and how to look deeper. So then I found some food sensitivities. I was reacting to food. I got rid of them through an elimination diet. Still, it wasn't really better. Then a functional medicine practitioner in Belgium found that I had bacterial overgrowth in my bowels. So we worked on that, okay? And then still one layer deeper, bingo. We found tons of toxins and heavy metals stuck in my liver. How long have they been there? Probably since I was 15. But my liver was full of rubber, plastic, gasoline, everything that you breathe in, put on your skin, touch, and my body just absorbed it all. And my liver didn't have the right enzymes, things to detoxify, couldn't get rid of it. So of course that's super tiring, and I had to detoxify. I don't know if you hear that, like in Peru they have random fireworks sometimes. Just like 5 that go off and then it's done for no apparent reason. Anyway, so there are many layers. It's like an onion, and you need to do those scans, and you need to go to a conventional doctor before, because of course you need to do a scan of the heart if you have heart palpitations. Of course you need to check your muscles if you have random aches. That's the first thing you check, but then you need to go deeper. And sometimes I think in healthcare, doctors just don't have the time to dig deep. They don't have the time to really, what I do, map out the whole timeline of your life. That takes time. They have half an hour, and they don't have really the time to sit with you, to have that connection with you, to follow you on this journey and to dig deeper. But really it's like an onion, right? And that's why a health coach is so important. And I swear, if I had known about health coaches or functional medicine when I was 15, it wouldn't have taken me 10 years to get better, right? So that's why this topic is so close to my heart, because I did beat myself up for being fatigued. I did feel like I was just lame and lazy, right? And I never found the answer. Every time a doctor said nothing's wrong with you, I was like, it's in my head. That's it. I'm crazy. But something inside of me kept going and kept looking for a cause. And I didn't have a health coach. So like I said, I went to a psychotherapist to deal with my body's limits because it was chronic and it was just something I had to adapt to, right? So imagine I had believed that. Imagine I had believed that doctor that said, you know what, you just need to adapt to this. I would have never found the cause, and I would have never found what was wrong or lived the life I'm living now. So that's why if you're struggling and you don't know why, with fatigue or any other symptom, that you're like, what is this? There must be more. There must be more than just taking pills my whole life. Let's have a chat. Let's dig deeper. And I'd love to help you. Okay. So this is, sorry, I didn't see your comments there. Good. So Juliet says, it feels scary and disempowering to feel fatigue for no reason. Exactly. So that's what disempowering is, a good word, because you kind of start doubting about yourself, right? I I needed to work on having a really strong connection with myself and believe myself. Because if nobody believes you, if doctors say nothing's wrong, if friends don't believe you, so you lose a lot of friendships, if even family is like, then how can you stand by yourself? So I was lucky that my family really stood by me and believed me because they knew who I am. They knew I'm a driven person who doesn't give up, right? So something was wrong there. They knew it wasn't just being lazy. Um, yes, yes, their ways say there's nothing there. I had a horrible experience with Western medication. Yeah, Western medication. They do not address the root problem. No. So the system is really adapted to, unfortunately, to looking at the body, checking which symptom. Then there is this book of diagnosis, right? So they can diagnose you. And with that diagnose, they can give you a pill. And with that pill, you feel better. But then the pill also has its side effects and its other things like long-term health. We think of short-term solutions in a medical system, right? So what we're trying to do is we're not focusing on diagnosis, because someone with chronic fatigue, like I mentioned today, can have a million different causes, right? So that's why you need to go a few steps back, look at the whole picture, investigate the whole body, right? and see where it really came from. And through lifestyle changes, sometimes you need supplements, sometimes you need a certain enzyme that you're lacking, but you really need to go deeper and see where did this cascade kind of go crazy and go wrong, right? So that's really what we're trying to do in functional medicine, to address the root cause, really. Because with chronic diseases, you cannot have a short-term view. You cannot just have half an hour with the doctor. You just cannot give a magic pill. And unfortunately, not only doctors, but also many people are in that mindset of just find what's wrong with me and give me a pill, and then I want to feel better. But people, when you realize that a chronic issue, something that has been going on for years, also won't be solved in a week, right? So it can go fast, it can go slow, depends on your body and the search we're on together. But it also takes its time to put everything back in place and to make your body kind of work properly again, right? And produce energy and fight off viruses and be strong and digest anything you want to eat and all those things, okay? And feel happy, because it also affects your mood. Anyway, I can go on about this, but yeah, thank you for being here. Um, it was a really good conversation, really good sharing this with you. I think it's important for you to realize what can happen in the body and where it can really come from, to have that bigger picture, okay? Because we're too focused on here. We need that bigger picture. Okay, guys, so I'm wishing you a great week. If you have any issues that you're like, you felt triggered by this life and you want to know more, just reach out. I'd be happy to help answer some questions or just have a quick chat to just give you more a sense of direction, right? So have a great week and take awesome care. Bye.